here's where it's critical for me to keep my focus as high as possible. When his energy seems down, that's when my focus needs to be the highest. Otherwise, I risk letting him back in this.
These games are close, so I've got to find something that I can grab onto that can break his rhythm here. He almost goes there.
There's so much like volatility during points. There's no like groove in. It's so hard for me to find it.
See what happens.
Serve and volley.
Yeah, good spot.
If Ian has an ace in the hole, it's his overhead. He is very adept at that shot.
No.
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 I mean, boy, sitting up here and watching Ian play, I really don't know how I'd attack him. You know, he's hitting his forehand amazing. He's hitting his backhand good enough. You know, typically I go to Ian's forehand because that's his weaker of his two. Not necessarily with.
Look at that. You got a volley.
Wow, that's tough.
That's a good pass. Good
Nice shot,
pass.
Topher. As I was saying, you know, it's not that Ian's backhand is maybe more powerful, but he just typically doesn't miss it. So I go to his forehand a lot more. But holy cow! I mean, if I'm Topher right now, I don't know where I'm going to attack Ian. Maybe it's one of those times where you just play a guy like Ian up the middle, and you know you kind of make him generate some of his own angles and his own pace.
You can't give it right back. Try and put some pressure on him.
More of the same. It's probably start to finish the most comfortable game I've had. Like I said before, he's probably frustrated. This is where his focus and like will to win is going to start ramping up and being its highest. So I have to be very on guard and protect my own attention and my own focus so that the momentum doesn't shift. So I need to stay really sharp here. Can't afford to give him anything.
Okay, so if I could have planned the perfect game to not play to start the set, that would have been it. Ian's just, I think he's forcing such a variety of points on me that I haven't found any pattern that's really working for me. I've hit a couple of decent passing shots, a couple of good lobs, a few good ground strokes here and there, but there's just no pattern because there's no pattern that I'm seeing in his game. So I've just got to continue to try and keep the scoreline close and see if something presents itself.
That's a pretty good return.
God, that's a nasty return.
Good return. Topher showing some serious frustration now. It's a nice serve,
There we go.
but it's a really good, smart ball just to stay in the point. And there's that lag on his forehand.
I think that's what he's got to do. You know, he's maybe take a little off the first serve. Every time he's hit a serve, Ian's floated a ball back.
Yeah.
Second serves, Ian's looking to attack a little bit more. So higher percentage of first serves. And I like what he did there. He just missed the shot. You know, got a little off balance and just missed it.
Good serve.
Block return.
No.
Oh, this is definitely getting away from him. Good finish. Good finish. All right, now we're playing. Here we go.
No.
Oh, that was out.
That was out.
That was
wasn't it?
back?
Yeah.
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 Boy,
Good
it's
rally.
like-
Good rally.
even on that point, like, Ian loses the point, but he would have won the point. Like, he's playing really well.
Yeah. Now, that was a pretty reasonable miss.
Yeah.
High risk, high reward.
No.
Look at that.
He always goes there.
Look at that.
And I keep moving.
Great volley. That's somebody who knows how to volley right there.
No.
Oh, nice second. Wow.
No.
That was a pretty big second.
Just gotta keep it rolling. He's definitely like off or just unconfident or having a bad day or maybe all of the above. I don't know. But his energy is down. He's clearly, he's making a lot of mistakes he normally wouldn't. And so I've got to keep my focus high, my attention high. Just can't let him trick me into letting my guard down. So that's the name of the game right now.
All right, well, I got my first point of the set, which is about as small a positive as you can take from a match, but you got to do what you got to do. Just haven't been able to get a service rhythm going, not making him play long enough points, kind of the story of the match. Unless things turn around soon, watching a landslide.
You have a third one?
Mm-mm.
We handle three.
Thinking maybe it's in that back corner. I'll check there.
USPTA 3.
Did we lose it?
I don't know where it
think-
could have gone.
Topher maybe pulled the old hidden ball trick and is trying to throw Ian off his rhythm.
Get him
It's a
mad.
good move right here.
You got it?
Oh.
Yeah, I just snuck behind the tarp.
Oh, he
All right, cool.
he just got it.
Happy Easter, Topher. Nice eggs. Good serve.
Good serve.
It's coming over.
Oh, wow.
Nope.
Nice. I like that. I like that return.
All right, here we go.
Interesting. Oh, nice dig. Serve. Ooh, Topher serving and
Returning
volleying. Well, I mean,
Thank you.
I appreciate that he's trying something different. He had success with the volley last time. Might as well milk it.
I don't think you serve volley against Ian. His returns are
Yeah.
too low slice. He's really good at that paddle block shot.
What's the call on that one? Nice. Close. I think I am just programmed every time a ball goes up like that just to say the word close as many times as I can before he hits it. Everywhere. I do it at work. I do it when I'm playing.
No.
All right, another break point.
So if you're Topher right now, what's something that you can do to try to right the ship a little bit or get yourself more competitive in some of these games?
That's a good question. I mean, I think definitely win this point. But I think a lot of it is, I think he needs to maybe give himself a couple more feet off the baseline because his timing is way off right now off the ground. I think he needs to slow it up, maybe play a more loopy ball, and just play a higher percentage ball up the middle and give himself time to hit it. He's making a lot of unforced errors off the ground here, and I think he's rushing his shot.
No. Yeah.
Good serve.
That's trouble.
Oof. Wow.
I may not play Ian again. I don't know if I want all that trouble.
I'm trying not to smile yet because it's not over. Neither of us knows when he might find some little handhold of comfort and just start putting the ball in play. And if that coincides with my attention dropping, you never know in tennis when there's going to be a big shift. And so my job right now is just to keep my foot all the way down on the accelerator until it's over.
I feel like it's been one step forward, two steps back for me basically the whole match. We'll see if we can try and put up resistance in this last game. You know, you never give up, you fight to the end. See if I can craft an opportunity, try and generate a little momentum, make him work for it. But Ian's just playing a hell of a match, honestly. Just working me around. Everything's been solid, everything's been calculated. It's been methodical.
Nope, slide.
He's just hitting that forehand with impunity now.
You were going to say 2 points away from a
2 points
a lunch, a bagel and a breadstick.
Yes, yeah, I was going to say from the most convincing, lopsided match on this court.
And to be honest, I think even if Topher plays 50% better, I think Ian still would have won this match with the way Ian's playing.
Yeah, Ian is really putting on a clinic right now. So. Look at that big forehand. I'll drive that. Come on, man. Come on. Take a victory lap.
Here we go. See?
Yeah.
There we go.
He wants it hard, right?
Again. I guess why hit backhands when you hit forehands like that?
Now that was the smile of somebody who feels vindicated. Good match, guys. Good match.
Hey, thank you so much for playing. I really
Honor to
appreciate
play
it.
your comeback match too. Thanks for the opportunity.
It's great to have
really
you here.
appreciate it.
Well, if you had to ask me to bet on the outcome, this wouldn't have been on my radar at all. So I feel really grateful to have made it through with that kind of scoreline. We were just talking about all the different things that were stacked against him in this match. And first and foremost, I want to say, thank you to anybody who plays here, but especially a first-time player. I respect Topher a lot for coming out here and doing that, especially last minute. And so thank you to Topher. Big respect for Topher coming out here and playing. But he doesn't especially like lefties. Nobody does. He's a defensive player. He loves slow courts. This is about the fastest court ever. And he felt like once he got behind, it was just kind of like a snowball. He tried to be more defensive. I just kept on pressing. And so that was essentially the way I tried to play it from the beginning, was keep the intensity up, keep my focus as sharp as possible, find the pocket in terms of my energy. Yeah, reached my goals today. Happy about that. Big thank you to Scott and Ira for coming out. I mean, this is a work day, for them to come out and hang out and just talk and watch us play. That's amazing. Really appreciate having them here. Hopefully they entertained you guys and it was fun to watch. And thank you to all of you. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so today we saw what I'm sure you guys are used to seeing from Ian, which is textbook tennis, honestly. Every point, it felt like he knew what he wanted to do, and almost every point, he executed exactly what he wanted to do. It was a bit tough for me, adjusting to the conditions out here. This court plays very fast, and I tend to try adopt a defensive approach to how I play. So I was trying to kind of settle into a rhythm. There were a few rallies throughout the match where I felt like I was able to settle into a bit of a rhythm and draw an error out. But I think with the conditions of this court, it's just too hard to have that be your principal strategy. And after the first couple games, when I found that strategy wasn't working, there wasn't really a viable plan B for how to approach him. It was an honor to be out here and play, and it was an honor to be a part of his comeback match. I hope to be back someday in some capacity, take another crack at it. But I feel good. I tried to stay positive. throughout the match, and I tried not to give it up until the last ball was struck, but just too solid today. Story of the day.
So we just got done with that match. Ian, good match. What do you think? How you feeling?
Well, I was telling the camera, like, if honestly, like going into it, of all the possible outcomes, I never would have thought this would be one. Just because, like, I watched your match against Mark. Like, you look super solid. I mean, you played him 3-3, and I don't know if you watched my match against Mark, but he just spanked me. So
he tends to do that.
yeah, like he just rolled me, and so you played him really strongly. So I was expecting to be more on my back foot the whole match, and so when it kind of ended up being the opposite, the hardest part for me was just maintaining my focus, like my intensity, and not letting it drop, and kind of let you back in it. So I was saying to the camera, I think out of everything, maybe that's what I did the best today. It was just manage my intensity and not allow you back into some kind of comfortable rally.
Sure. Well, you look like you got a game plan. I mean, Ira and I were talking about the difference. The big difference was that you were really focused. Obviously you were hitting the lights out. I think. What was your comment about UEs versus winners?
Well, I was actually very surprised in how little unforced errors you made.
Me too.
Me too.
We were talking about that. He was like, I was trying to hit to the middle and like extend the point. And I told him, like, any other day I might have sprayed everything like into the back curtain.
I was actually surprised in how many winners. I would like to go back and take a look at how many winners versus unforced errors you made. 'Cause I think, and this is very rare, that winners were ahead of them.
You think I was actually ahead?
I think you
Oh
might have
gosh,
been.
yeah. Your UEs were single digits.
I guess my question would be
That's
for
shocking.
Topher is, now that you've played, if you could go back and replay this again right now, what would there be anything you'd try different, or are you happy with the way you played, or how would you play different?
Okay. Yeah. So I was telling Ian kind of in the immediate aftermath of the match, I felt like I had a plan A, which was sort of, I wanted to test Ian's movement and I wanted to test his endurance kind of after being out for a while. So the principal strategy for me early was to just make him hit a lot of balls. The problem was I as a player am kind of used to taking, like the reason I can match up decently with a player like Mark is I kind of like taking the power and sort of redirecting it and just staying steady, kind of almost introducing, like playing on the back foot myself, like voluntarily playing off the back foot. But doing that against Ian was just too solid, too technical, too fundamental for that strategy to work. Because the bottom line was I was just feeding him the kind of balls that he wanted, and then he was taking it and setting up the point that he wanted to play off that. So rather than like making him hit a lot of balls and extracting an error, I was just kind of giving him the chance to establish a rhythm and implement his game plan. And the second that I sort of felt that wasn't working for me, I didn't really have a reliable plan B. Like I tried a couple times, just like sort of testing the waters of what it might look like to come into the net. It didn't feel that comfortable for me, and that's never been something that's been in my comfort zone. So I couldn't do that, and then serve percentage is way too low, and I wasn't getting free points off the first serve. And I was telling Ian, like, when you don't feel confident and comfortable on your service games, your whole game kind of crumbles from beneath you.
Yeah, Scott and I were saying it. We really didn't feel. I mean, obviously, we thought the first serve percentage was pretty low, and I think you'd agree with that. I think that we were saying it really wasn't much that you could have done different. I think Ian played really well. I wasn't expecting that. No offense.
No, I honestly, legitimately.
Dude,
like,
I wasn't expecting it either.
It was perfect.
I said I
Save for a break. It was perfect.
He took the racket out.
Thanks
of my
a lot,
hands,
guys.
really. We weren't expecting it.
Yeah, Scott and I mentioned, I've never seen you play. I didn't watch your match against Mark. I didn't know what you're capable of. My guess is that even if you were playing, like you played against Mark, I still think Ian maybe playing the way he did today
It's too good on the day.
was too good.
100%. Yeah.
And so I'm pleasantly surprised, Ian. You're well deserving of a post-match beer. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch, and Scott and I very much enjoyed that.
What would you guys? like from your perspective, what do you think Topher should have done?
I thought that the speed of the court played a big factor. It really seemed like I mean, I said to Ira that your kinetic chain on your forehand was really just all over the place. I mean, you were turning and then catching the ball back here a lot. And I think that, what I was thinking was like maybe stand, 4, 5, 6 feet behind the baseline, slow it down a little bit and find that rhythm. And if you get a short ball, come in and attack it. But you were getting caught like this so much on the forehand. And that's credit to you because you were taking that ball out in front of you, short backswing, but really popping the ball on the forehand, and the topspin backhand looked great. Your slices were
all three of them.
Well, but they looked. Well, that last game, you looked like you were trying to get just one big one to finish the match.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, I didn't think that you were retreating from hitting that. It just seemed like the slice down the line approach was the right shot.
It's such a deep, like, it's not that I wanted to hit it. It's just like once I get into like competitor mode, it's like my subconscious just reverts back to that slice. But I want to hit more of them.
It's a great shot. I mean, he was a lefty slicing down the line to his backhand.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable for my backhand for sure.
I was looking back. I was actually a little disappointed with how few backhands you chose to drive or subconsciously did not drive.
I kept waiting for him to like get back into the match, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to like be like, okay, now is the chance to like practice my backhand and like let him back into it.
Yeah, I actually made mention of that during the broadcast. I felt that it's one of those things where you can take the chance and do it, but then at the end of the day, it's like winning the set is ultra important as a competitor. I was very, very happy that in the first game or two when you hit those 3 or 4 in a row, and I thought that this is like a turning point.
It's going to be like a breakout.
In your,
sorry,
in
I
your
chickened
out. But
you're disappointed, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you're capable of hitting it, and you showed that.
I need to do it more. Yeah,
I
totally agree.
And that's something and that's my only comment. Topher, I think, first serves, and I think given another opportunity just in the environment of playing on a faster court, and
the speed of the court was a huge impact. Yeah, and I think like what Scott brought up, that's something that like I don't think that was at the top of my conscious. I don't think I pointed to the speed of the court as the reason that was going on. And I think like in hindsight, an adjustment to a few steps back might have given me what I needed. But it was tough because I was trying to sort of say like, maybe I need to step up and be a little bit more aggressive. So I didn't want to like mentally retreat from the court too much. But yeah, definitely speed of the court impacted me as well.
No, it's super fast.
I started a
Venmo
donation page to resurface and make this court slower. Ira Miling. I promise to give you some of it.
Well, I'll throw some cash in there right now.
Specify what it's for, because some of that money is going to go to my lessons with Eric. I mean, after seeing that, I figure like he can make you super.
Yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed that. I'm sure that Topher, you'll be back out here again.
Yeah,
I hope so.
We play again?
100%. Yeah,
awesome. I'm not looking forward to playing Ian after that demonstration of his ability, so I'm going to delay that rematch as long as possible.
Well done.
Might be the first time I've ever intimidated somebody in my life in tennis. Yeah, Ira, rematch is going to come back. Or maybe I should have played you today.
It's inevitable.
Coming off the Twins break. This probably was like my perfect opportunity. Today would have been the perfect storm.
Now, just a comment here. Ira's playing live stream this evening here against Adam, and he's downplaying it, but I think that you should take this performance as kind of inspiration, like you'll do better than you think.
Taking lessons.
but I mean, it's so much of it's mental.
I've been waking up at 2 in the morning every night for the last.
That's like going to war and coming back and like getting in a traffic jam. It's like this is nothing.
I like that. It's
Maybe I need to write my attitude a little bit.
Yeah, just come out with a good attitude. You'll do fine.
Love it. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Big thanks to Scott and Ira for doing the commentary. And again, big thank you to Topher for playing today. Hopefully he'll be back again to play a match in the near future. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.